Good morning, everyone. My name is Jessica, and it's great to be joining you for today's daily video devo. So recently, I've been spending some time reflecting on the events of the last year or so. And while I'd like to tell you that that was just because I had the time and bandwidth to do that reflection, that would not be true. I was prompted to do that for some other ministry-related commitments, but I'm so thankful that I had that time because it really gave me an opportunity to look back and realize just the impact of the last year and the opportunities I had for changes and growth, both professionally and personally. So I thought I'd share one of my insights from that time with you. And I've known this about myself for a long time, but I kind of realized it again. I don't really like change. When I find a way of doing something that works, I tend to stick to it. And that's true in my personal life and in ministry. I don't tend to rearrange furniture very often. I vary the trails that I run, but I tend to run them in the same direction, usually related to what I think is the easiest way to go uphill. And when I find something, a way to program our youth group, I stick with that program for the most part and just vary it slightly from week to week. But you know what? Events out of our control, like the pandemic, require us to change, and often rapidly and frequently. And they impact every area of life. And so we have to find new ways of doing things. We can't stick to the comfortable routines that we have had, and that can be tough. Change by choice is one thing, but change when forced is completely different. And so, like I said, for me, it can be easy to get into a routine. I like to know what to expect. So as much as you can know and anticipate what happens when you get 60 or more middle schoolers together, I do generally have a good idea about how the evening is going to run. But a routine can also become a rut, and it can lack creativity and energy. And COVID, when we had to shut everything down and totally change what we did for ministry, it required us to be creative. It required us to be energetic, and it required us to try new things again and again, and to find something else that was going to work, and frequently to find something that worked with the new circumstances of the situation. And you know what? Our ministry, our kids, and our relationships are better for it. Change is not easy. We tend to get comfortable with the ways we have of doing things and what we know. Yet it is when things change that we grow. It's when we learn to let go of the old that we can embrace the new. Recently, I was reading in Isaiah, and Isaiah 43:18-19 says this: "Remember not the former things, nor consider the things of old. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert." I've seen this both in my personal life and in ministry. Sometimes we don't want to let go of the old ways or the former things. They're known and comfortable. But when we do that, we potentially miss out on seeing the new thing that the Lord is doing. He makes a way in the desert when there seems to be no way. He makes rivers in the desert when there seems to be no water around. 2020 required that we let go of the former things and embrace the new. And I hope that as I move forward, I remember this lesson. I hope I relinquish my grip on the old so that I can be open-handed before the Lord and ready to embrace the new thing He's doing. I hope that rather than focusing on the wilderness or the desert or the difficult circumstances in my life, I can look for the way God is making, and I can listen for the refreshing sound of water in a hot and dusty climate. And I hope you can do the same. What new thing is God doing in your life today? I hope you have a great day looking for the ways that God is working and the new things He's doing in your life.